Hey guys, welcome to my newest video. Still a few months ahead of myself, March 12th. I have been debating doing this for a while and I figured, fuck it, I'm gonna do it. Which is, I am finally gonna show you guys what are my top 100 favorite films of all time. Definitely not doing it in one video, how I ramble on. So I'm gonna do it how some people are doing it, like 100 to 91, then 90 to 81, and la da 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 da. First thing I'm gonna say, because there's gonna be a lot of people saying, why isn't this movie on your list? Why isn't this movie on your list? Why is this movie on your list? Well, that's easy. Because it's my list. I don't, I do run with the flow, kind of, sometimes, but a lot of the movies you guys like, I don't like, and they are anywhere near my top 100. So if you guys are wondering why, keep that in mind. This is my list. This is, like I said, it's my list. I'm not copying anybody's list. These are the movies that I like, not everybody else. Like, for example, number 100 is a movie that came out in 1992 that I actually saw, and what the hell's an 11-year-old watching? I was 11 at the time, watching it, because of the subject matter of the film. Particularly, what the hell is an 11-year-old supposed watching these kind of sex scenes? And from the fact I said 1992, you might know what it is. Number 100 is Paul Verhoeven's Basic Instinct. I've always loved this film. I had to sneak it on to watch it, but I always loved it. I thought Sharon Stone, she was made to play this part, or born to play this part. And I've always loved Paul Verhoeven's movies. I saw Total Recall and loved it. But yeah, and I've been a fan of Michael Douglas since I was a kid. I grew up watching Romancing the Stone and Jewel in the Nile. But I always have loved this movie. I know a lot of people hate it, but I was like, this is a really damn great movie. So I've always liked it. So, like I said, this is probably not gonna be on anybody's list, but as you can tell, it's on mine. So, number 100, Paul Verhoeven's Basic Instinct. Next one up is 1998's. A lot of people were surprised that I went to the theater, because this is not my type of movie, but I love Jim Carrey, and that was The Truman Show, directed by Peter Weir. I probably, like a lot of us, were pissed off that he didn't get a nomination. He so deserved a nomination for this film. Jim Carrey was fantastic, and it was at that rate really great premise of, like Big Brother kind of thing, but on someone's life from when they're born to when they're like 33 or something, or 34. And like I said, Jim Carrey was just phenomenal in this, and trying to prove that he doesn't have to do comedies, and he proved, like, it does have comedic elements, but it's more dramatic. But he was absolutely fantastic, and so was Ed Harris, who was another reason I wanted to see this movie. I've been a fan of his for over 20 years now. And I really kind of wish they would have done another one, like his life outside of the dome, but I don't know how that would work out. But that was how I felt at 17 when I saw this in the theater. I wish they would have done that. I don't wish that anymore, because it would fuck up the purity of this film, because it's got a lot of purity in it, and that's why it's on my list. So number 99, Peter Weir's Truman Show, and this has always been my favorite out of the 4 film series, and I know I might get some looks because Mel Gibson is in some serious shit now, but that's not going to take away the fact that this is one of my favorite films, and it's 1989's Lethal Weapon 2, directed by Richard Donner. I prefer this over the first one, though the first one is fantastic, but I've always liked this one a little bit more. These two guys together are fantastic, and I love a lot of the twists in it, but like I said, I do love the first one. I love it, but this is the one I prefer. Do I wish they make a new one? No, I don't. I hate to say it, but these two guys they're too, like they said, we're too old for this shit. And that's true now. But this has always been my favorite. I've always loved it. Richard Donner's one of my favorite directors, and like my dad, this is his favorite out of all 4 films. So there we go. Richard Donner's Lethal Weapon 2. And speaking of my dad, this was a film I told him I was so angry that he never showed it to me as a kid. I saw it for the first time in 2008, and I literally reamed him and my mother out for not showing me this when I was a kid, because I know I would have loved it. I actually just rewatched it not too long ago, and that is 1971's Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory. I have to get this on Blu-ray. It was just on TV one night, and I watched it with my parents, and I literally was like at the end, why the hell didn't you show me this when I was a kid? They said you never wanted to see it, and I'm like, I don't believe that. But yeah, I loved it, especially the Oompa Loompas singing. That was really funny. Gene Wilder was fantastic in this, I think we can all agree. And the kids were fantastic, including the kid who played Peter, who actually this was his only movie. He decided I guess he liked acting, but he wanted to do other things, and that's his decision. He even said it on the commentary that he doesn't regret it. Still lives up 40 years later. 80, 90. Yeah, 40 years. Yikes. I'm losing my mind. But I have to get this on Blu-ray because I think it would look fantastic on Blu-ray. And my favorite songs on here are Pure Imagination. And, what's the other one? I Won the Golden Ticket. I like that one. So yeah, that's Mel Stewart's Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory. I'm gonna see a lot of horror films on this list. And this is one of my favorites. I am not a zombie fan, but when Resident Evil came out, I started watching them. And this was one of my favorites. It's like probably my second favorite zombie movie of all time. And that's 2004's Shaun of the Dead. What can you say about this film? It is funny as hell. I think we can agree with that, especially Simon Pegg and Nick Frost together. They're just magic. And Edgar Wright's directing was fantastic. Everything about this was fantastic. I can't really say too much about it that hasn't already been said, but we all agree this is a pretty damn good zombie movie. And someone asked me, do I want a sequel? I said no. I like it the way it is. So here we go. Edgar Wright's Shaun of the Dead. The next one is, you're going to see a few of these on here. It's a film series where I couldn't just pick one film. That was the best. There's a 4th one coming out, but I'm not interested in seeing it because the actor's not going to come back. That is 2002, 2004, and 2007's Bourne movies. You got Bourne Identity, Bourne Supremacy, and the Bourne Ultimatum. I'm a James Bond fan, as already noticed by the reviews, and I was excited to see this because I wanted to see Matt Damon do something action-wise, and he didn't let me down. I thought he was fantastic as Jason Bourne. But because he's not going to do the 4th one, I'm not interested in seeing the 4th one. But these are fantastic action movies, and ever since these came out, a lot of people have been trying to imitate them. As you can tell from Quantum of Solace, that went to Bourne when it should have been Bond. But yeah, these are fantastic. I wish they wouldn't have killed the actress off in the second one. I've never been able to pronounce her name, but I loved her in the first one, and was mad she was killed off so quickly in the second. I tried reading the books, and I couldn't get through them. I don't know why. But the first one's directed by Doug Liman, and the next 2 are directed by Paul Greengrass, and I don't know if he's coming back to do the 4th one. But it was I couldn't choose, because it's basically 9, and 8. So I couldn't really choose one, so I just did, it's a trilogy, so that all goes on my list. So there we go, we've got the Bourne trilogy. And that's 95. I forgot. And 94, another great film by Edgar Wright, starring the duo of Simon Pegg and Nick Frost, and that, of course, is Hot Fuzz. And this, again, was fantastic. I love these two. I could go on and on about these two. I'd love to see them. I want to see Paul, just because these two are in it. Again, not everybody knows about this film. At least I hope they do. And I see this. This is the 3-disc one, so I don't know why. Don't know if I want to get the Steelbook Blu-ray. I'm really debating. But this is a fantastic movie. It is funny as hell, and it's cool to see Timothy Dalton play a bad guy. But everything about this is just fantastic. It is a great movie. So there we go, and it came out in 2007, so I forgot that. So there we go, Edgar Wright's Hot Fuzz. And another film from 2007, another favorite, and one that I am going to forever regret not going to see in the theater, because it's a fucking fantastic film. And that is 2007's 300, directed by Zack Snyder. This was, oh my god, another of the Frank Miller graphic novels, because they'd just done Sin City, and they brought that to this, and it worked. Oh my god, the minute I saw this on DVD, I was like, why the hell didn't I go in the theater? Gerard Butler is fantastic as King Leonidas. I love the cast. I love Zack Snyder's movies. I love this. I love Watchmen. I love Dawn of the Dead remake. I don't know about Superman too much. I don't know if I want to see that. But I think this is my favorite out of all of his films. It is fun. It is gory as hell. But it's fantastic. Even my parents love this just as much as me. So there we go. Zack Snyder's 300. And this is another one of the weird ones that's going to be on my list. But like I said, my list, my rules, kind of thing. It's one of my favorite vampire movies of all time. It's my third, and it came out in 2003, and that is Underworld. I know everybody's going, huh? Well, again, saw this in the theater because I love anything to do with vampires, and I thought the vampire versus werewolf thing was really cool. Kate Beckinsale, leather and guns. That's all I'm gonna say. I loved her in this, and I'm so happy she's coming back to do the 4th one. Loved the cast in this. Directed by Len Wiseman, who would direct the 2nd one and direct the 4th Die Hard movie, Live Free or Die Hard. This is one movie I never tire of. I think it's very stylish. I love the way it was filmed, that kind of darkness kind of thing to it. Love the score, love the music, love everything, and like I said, Kate Beckinsale, leather and guns. Yeah. So there we go, we have Len Wiseman's Underworld, and at 92, see I forgot it again. And ending this on 91, a movie that started me watching Hitchcock films at the age of 12. I saw this on TV and I just fell absolutely in love with it. And it was basically the second best James Bond movie never made, because this came out before James Bond movies. And that, of course, was Alfred Hitchcock's North by Northwest, which came out in 1958. No, 59. 58 was Vertigo. And fell in love with Cary Grant. Been watching his movies ever since I saw this. Same as with Alfred Hitchcock. Well, Hitchcock's movies are fantastic. I think we can all agree on that. Loved James Mason in this. Loved Eva Marie Saint. My favorite scene, of course, is the Mount Rushmore chase. That's awesome. Like, this to me is a James Bond movie before James Bond movies came out. And it's one of Hitchcock's best. Like, the guy had done so many films, and why the hell he never got a directing Oscar for directing, I don't know. But if you haven't seen this particular Hitchcock film, you have to. I demand that you do. It is fantastic. So there we go, number 91, Alfred Hitchcock's North by Northwest. So that's it for this part. We'll come up with next video soon. Either be the next film series reviews or from 90 to 81 in the top 100. So now that I'm not running fast on time, or whatever, I can finally say my saying now. So, I hope you guys have a good weekend, watch a shitload of movies, and of course, as always, rate, comment, and I will see you in the next video. Bye.